Heard you got cook. I hope you roasted that bastard with his own flamer. Well, hey, the field's wide open now that I'm gone.
Yes? What is it? Well, you have been a great help here, and with the saboteur dealt with. Yes, I think we can spare a few men. Consider it done. Bye.
You've come back to see the chief. Nice of you to humor the radio tender. What can I do for you? Even Caesar knows that General Oliver's coming back to Hoover. Colonel Moore's doing a fine job of running things over at the dam. In her own way, of course, when she's not trying to wrangle my Rangers into helping her. But just keeping that dam secure and operational day to day is enough work for one person. Never mind building a defense against the Legion. Oh, well, now you'll have to excuse me. The General and I don't always see eye to eye on things. Maybe it's best that I just say he's a trooper, through and through. The man will not give up an inch for anything, least of all to the Legion. The Colonel's an effective commander, one of the best. But she sharpened her claws on the Vipers and the old Jackals. Did 4 tours against the Brotherhood, too. She used to be a Ranger until an injury took her out of action. Happens to a lot of us, unfortunately. She's better at making graves than making friends. Bring in Moore and the earth will be raised. Fields will be salted. No, and thanks to General Oliver for that. Colonel Shue is at McCarran. Most of the new Vegas troopers are under his command. He's more sympathetic to the locals than Moore. Now that the fiends aren't giving him grief, we should see more troopers assigned to the front lines. Good work on that, by the way. Hope you got good bounties out of it. Intel says the legate's coming. Lanius. They call him the Monster of the East. If he's half as bad as Graham was, we're in for a heck of a fight. With Caesar and a new legate here, the Legion's not going to fall for the same old bag of tricks. Oh, the usual reasons. People say he's enormous, carries a big sword, chops people's heads off. That's not what makes him a good commander, though. Folks say he came from a heck of a tough tribe. Took Caesar a long time to conquer. It was thanks to Lanius. But once Caesar broke him, he was born again. He'll go anywhere and do anything to win. Legion says he could smell weakness. Once he finds out where an army's vulnerable, he'll go to it like a dog for the throat. He was a missionary from Utah who hooked up with Caesar at the Grand Canyon, became his translator. Graham helped Caesar with the Blackfoots after they got captured together. Up until Hoover Dam, he was Caesar's legate. You wouldn't think a man of God could turn so brutal, cruel to his opponents. Did the sort of things that makes you sick to talk about. He wasn't a brilliant strategist, wasn't tactically flexible either. There was something about him, though. Menace, indestructibility. He made everyone afraid of him. Heck, the Praetorians burned Graham 4 years ago, and some of the tribes are still afraid of him. They say the burned man still walks the land, blackens the earth wherever he sets foot. Folks around here call me the Chief, but Hanlon's just fine. The Rangers run themselves pretty well, but I try to lend a hand. Mostly administrative work, helping coordinate intel on the radio. That and keeping an eye on the fires growing across the water. Legion fires. They burn high wherever the Legion goes. Caesar's a hard man to figure out, but he always wants you to know when more troops are at your front door. The best of the best, worst of the worst. He came out of NCR, one of the followers of the apocalypse. Like a lot of the followers, he went out in the wilderness with a partner to try to help those who needed helping. Not much different from how the Rangers used to be, except with books and medicine instead of guns. Out to the Grand Canyon. He met a missionary from Utah, a man by the name of Joshua Graham. Graham helped translate for the followers and the tribes. All three of them got nabbed by the Blackfoots down there, back when they were still at war with every other tribe in the Southwest. I could tell you a lot if you had the time, but at my age, I'm not sure which of us would get tired first. What do you want to know? Suppose it depends on what you think's good. Most folks want to hear about Hoover Dam and Boulder City, but it's a long story. If you want some tall tales about hunting down slavers or busting up gangs, talk to one of the younger Rangers. It's kind of a long one, but all right. About 25 years ago, a group of NCR settlers pushed way south into Baja. I guess it doesn't seem so far now if you look at a map, but back then they were out of ways. They built this little shanty town around a well in the middle of nowhere. Called it Rattletail. Word got back to one of our stations that raiders had been attacking the place. I went out with 6 Rangers. We must have been on the trail for a week before we got to Rattletail. We lost one woman to night stalkers and another almost died of dehydration. When we reached the place, it's 6 shacks set up around an old well. There's over 24 bodies lying in the dunes way outside of town and 5 men with .308 rifles crouched behind sandbags. And these bodies, these people out in the sand, they aren't raiders, aren't even heavily armed. They're just people who were trying to get to the only well in 50 miles. I didn't have to talk to the men to see that they did not care one bit. They had planted an NCR flag over the well, and they would not budge until every last one of them was laid out dead and cold. So I walked up and told them there was a group of raiders coming, 100 strong. I made up some cockamamie name for them and everything. The men looked at each other, looked at us, and asked me what we were going to do about it. I told them we would take them back into NCR territory because we had already lost 10 Rangers on the way out. 10 Rangers, 5 men with .308 rifles. Well, that was enough for them. They packed up what they could and we took them back north. Last I heard, they settled somewhere in Anza Borrego. Raised bighorners. Had some tough times, but it worked out okay for them. So there you go. That's my one bit of good.
Shooting guns is real scary, but I think I got the hang of it now.
I just got word that First Recon is being mobilized to Nelson. God forbid we get any reinforcements here, right? After what you did getting my misfits whipped into shape, yeah, I could spare a couple boys for Bitter Springs. I'll issue the dispatch orders.
Hey, you're not one of the troopers. Got a second? I have work I need done and nobody here at the camp has the time or inclination to help me out. I have the delightful task of tabulating stockpiles, kill ratios, mission success rates, radiation deaths, and other truly fascinating numbers. I've come across numerous inconsistencies between our numbers and our reports, especially with regards to intercepting hostiles. I'm wondering if our radio security codes have been compromised. I need someone to deliver security code upgrades to each of the ranger stations. I've been trying to get someone to authorize this update, or at the least get field clearance to leave the camp and do this myself. But nobody takes me seriously. They just think I'm an incompetent desk jockey trying to glamorize the importance of my job. The security codes are unique to the radios at each ranger station. They're useless anywhere else. Less than a third of reported enemy sightings are getting intercepted. Either our intel is faulty, or our enemies are one step ahead of us. This holotape contains the updated security codes for the ranger stations. Show it to the comm officers there. Once the new codes are in use, anyone still using the old codes will just hear static if they're listening in on our frequencies. Bye.
Back already? What do you need? I can spare a few moments. Make it quick. We're hanging in there. Things wouldn't be so bad if we could actually get some reinforcements or supplies, but we'll just have to survive for now. It's no picnic, I'll tell you that much. My troops are out here every day dying for the NCR, but they've left us out to dry. We have no men or supplies, and we're stretched too thin trying to guard the entire river. If the brass back home could get their heads out of their asses long enough to send support, we could turn this all around. You handled yourself well against the Legion, and that took some of the pressure off of us. I'll send a couple troops out there right now. Watch yourself out. Sounds like we're running prim now.
Yeah?
What can I do for you? Oh boy! This puts you far ahead of everyone else. I think I'll have to declare you the winner of the competition. It's not much, but here's a little something I scraped together for the winner of the contest. Good job. You earned it. We won't go quietly. Hey there, champ. Good. The best it's been since the camp started. All because of you. So thanks, buddy. The Legion can count on that.
I wanted to thank you again for saving my patience.
Sounds like we're running prim now. I'd still rather take my leave at the strip.
Nelson's back in our hands. Hope we can defend it this time.
I still don't have any supply.
Hey, you've been a big help. I wanted to give you something for helping me out. It's not much, but here you go. I'm not gonna argue with you there. Thanks. I appreciate this.
I'm not supposed to let civilians just walk around this place. There better be a good reason for you being here. Very well. You can tell Reyes that this station is secure. Ma'am.
Those medical supplies have already been a phenomenal help. Thank you. Both of them? Wow, that's very resourceful. Thank you. I think that should just about cover us. I really don't know how to thank you. Your bringing me these supplies saved a lot of people. Well, still, thanks again.
Hey.
Hey.
You're back. Any progress on saving our skins?
I'll sit.
Nelson is back in our hands. I hope we can defend it this time.
Who are you? How did you find this place? Refugee camp. Is that what they're calling it? Good old NCR. They can whitewash anything. Let me tell you something. That refugee camp, it's built on the blood and tears of my people. Nobody likes to talk about it, but I remember. I know that, but what else can I do? Maybe. Maybe you're right. Maybe 3 years is vengeance enough. Thank you for helping me see that. Here, this will unlock the supply caches we left in caves around these mountains. You might get some use out of them.
I've got you.
You're back. Where did you get this? You know what? It doesn't even matter. Thank you. This will be a tremendous help. You did? Who was it? Any information you could give me would be a big help for my reports. Really? Well, this canyon used to be a great Khan stronghold. I suppose that explains why he was able to evade us so easily. I don't know how you did it, but thank you. Thanks to your help, I think Bitter Springs has a real shot at surviving. I can't offer much of a reward, but know that the NCR is very grateful. That's very generous of you. I appreciate it. Nelson's back in our hands. I hope we can defend it this time.
What is it? Christ. They put the graveyard here. Canyon 37. That's what the NCR calls the pass down there. It was the Khan's only escape, so we set up here to guard it while the main force attacked from the front. Standing orders were to shoot on sight. Main force got spotted too soon. We heard shooting. Then Khan started coming through Canyon 37 in bunches. It was all wrong, though. Women, kids, elderly. Wounded started coming through, too. We radioed to confirm our orders, but command didn't get what we were seeing. They told us to shoot till we were out of ammo, so that's what we did. Maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't have either at one point. But that's why they train you. Break you down to your automatic. Anyway, I don't know why we're here. Thought maybe it'd help me see things better. I'd like to stay here for the night. Think some things over. All right. We won't stay for long. Something's wrong. Got a group coming our way. Looks like a Legion raiding party. It's big. Might be too big, even for us. If you want out, I won't blame you, but I'm gonna stay. See if I can hold them off. Easy target for grabbing slaves. Bunch of refugees, just a few soldiers defending it. I don't think they're here for us. Too bad. Would have made me feel good about myself. I'm not. Always figured this was how it was gonna end for me. Just didn't know when. That day you showed up in Novac, I had a feeling I was supposed to go with you. That it was time to end all this. And now I know. If only it was this easy all the time. Tell the truth, I think this is exactly what I've been waiting for.
Frag out! Contact! Contact! Eat this! Hey, look out!
That takes care of that.
We made it through after all. Not sure what to make of that. Guess I did. Guess I figured whatever we could handle. This time the Legion was gonna send more. I should have died here a long time ago. When I spotted the Legionaries today, I thought I understood. Things were finally gonna even out. But I'm still here and nothing's changed. If that's how it is, there's not a lot of comfort in knowing it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about all this. I guess they brought us here. One less Legion raiding party running loose now. Never a bad thing, you can take my word for that. Still feels like I'm living on borrowed time. But I don't see any reason not to take a lot more of those sons of bitches with me. You got a point. There's still some things I can do before all this is over. Fine by me. Yeah. Fine by me. Hey, I want to thank you for bringing me to Bitter Springs. Things seem clearer now. If that's what you think. All right. Guess I'll be around Novac for a while longer.
If you're here to sell something, we don't want any. No problem. Hey, do me a favor when you get back to Reyes and tell her that we don't need any more damn ammo. Wouldn't mind more water, though. It's not my call to make. You'd have to clear it with Ranger Erickson. We're not gonna die of thirst anytime soon, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. You think I haven't tried? Every time I do, Camp Golf acknowledges the situation. And soon after that, more ammo. Alright? Careful out there.
What brings you to Ranger Station Bravo? You're not stationed here, but your rep with the NCR speaks for itself. It's mostly rifle rounds, but I'll throw in a few boxes of pistol ammo. I really shouldn't be doing this for you, but there's no way we're gonna use all of this or be able to carry it with us. Yep.
Hello. Potential customer. Welcome, sir or madam.
Move along.
What's up? What's up? Ooh, got something good for me? Is it a dress?
Unidentified aircraft were spotted flying over the rep contest site by a local crackpot. He spoke to a toy.
Ooh, got something good for me? Is it a dress?
It's ghouls, I tell you. Religious ghouls in rockets looking for a land to call their own. Don't you laugh at me.
That's enough of that. Uh-oh.
Once again with our beloved leader, best friend Tabitha. Why don't you tell our listeners what you just told me?
I was just saying that I think there's a fundamental misunderstanding about the mutants here in the state of Utopia.
And what would that be?
I believe that the mutants here are generally considered to dislike humans, and nothing could be further from the truth. During their stay here, mutants are taught to tolerate and even accept the existence of inferior, frail creatures, humans included.
Ooh, how insightful. So then, how do you think this misunderstanding came about?
My guess is that it has something to do with the fact that every mutant in the state of Utopia has been given explicit orders regarding security. Those orders naturally include shooting humans on sight, or pounding them with whatever happens to be handy, guns being in short supply, you see. As I've explained, there are numerous dangers to humans here, and we have a duty to drive them away. It's for their own good, really.
Makes sense to me. And the silly humans think we don't care. For shame. Stick around, you Tabitha, for more after this.
You need something? They moved into the quarry after the powder gangers came through and made off with most of our dynamite. We shut the quarry down while we waited for the NCR to get us some more blasting sticks, but now the Deathclaws have shown up. The NCR's a no-show. I don't know what it is about you, but I think you could actually pull it off. Deathclaws are tough bastards, but you might be even tougher. Nobody here is any use to you in a fight against Deathclaws, but take these medical supplies. You'll probably need them. To do the job right, you've got to get rid of the pack leaders, the Mother Deathclaw and the Deathclaw Alpha Male. Should run the rest of them off.
Let me ask you a question. What's the tastiest thing you've ever eaten? Yeah, can you believe some people still eat that stuff? Anyway, I've got this recipe for a Deathclaw omelet that I've been itching to try out. Trouble is, I need a Deathclaw egg. Kinda obvious, I suppose. My great-aunt Rose ran a bed and breakfast back in California, in a town called Modoc. She's the one who created the recipe in the first place. I don't know how she managed to get a hold of a female Deathclaw, but she kept it in a shed. Aunt Rose had a steady supply of eggs for her omelets. At least, she did until some stranger came along and killed the Deathclaw, shot it right in the eye.